Your next level income is not on the other side of effort. You don't need to work longer or smarter or harder to take your income to the next level. That's a myth because you don't have a money problem or an income ceiling that you've reached. What you have is an identity problem. You see, when you're aligned with your true self, then everything flows to you effortlessly in a streamlined way on the path of least resistance. Alignment is the key. And there are 4 components to this based on my own direct experience, bumping up against that seeming ceiling of my income, not understanding what to do, trying more funnels, more tactics, more strategies, adopting more models and prescriptions that other people have said work that actually just leave me exhausted and drained and dissatisfied with the results. And so if you're earning 4 to 5 figures a month as an entrepreneur, as an artist, or a coach or a guide, then this video is for you because this is all about being in alignment. And there are 4 keys here that I want to go over that will take your current business, your current work, and take it to the next level in terms of your income, your abundance, your fulfillment, and the impact that you're making in everything that you're doing. Now, the 4 keys are vision, alignment, integration, and detachment. And you see, vision is where all of this started to begin with, right? It's that spark of inspiration, that desire, that calling that made you do what you're doing now. That is the purpose behind it. And that is the ultimate fulfillment, right? That is why you are doing what you're doing. And that came directly from your true self, from your soul. So that's your direct connection to the infinite intelligence, the intuition, and the inspiration that's bringing you everything that you want and more. But you see, you've probably lost touch with that. You may have lost sight of it. You may have, in taking on all these strategies and these techniques and these prescriptions, started to outsource that source within you to these not valuable things. They can help you scale, but they're not going to replace that essence where everything's being created from. And so no matter how many funnels or hacks you deploy, if you're fundamentally not in alignment with your vision, if you're not expanding out beyond the comfortability that you're familiar with, if you're not stepping into more excitement, more of your truth, if you're not coming back into alignment with who you really are and what is genuinely inspiring and exciting for you, that next level offer, that next version of your product, that new, deeper, authentic expression of your art form, or that new approach to your coaching or guidance work, then you're going to be stagnating at a current kind of level of your identity, of your sense of self, which is going to create the illusion that you're stuck in terms of your income. So you every time you evolve and step out of that comfort zone, right, you expand your experience of abundance. You attract more of what is a reflection of who you are expanding outward to become. And so this is fundamentally a shift in identity. It is the reclaiming of that vision that was so inspiring to begin with and staying attuned to that vision. That will allow you to align, which is the next step, because in taking on all these things that are not true to you and operating in ways that are not truly inspired from your vision, you'll probably be taking on clients that you don't really want to work with. You'll probably be undercutting your rate, stifling what's for you, all that you're capable of, and who is truly meant to buy your products, to work with you, and to be attracted to your offers. So again, by aligning with your true self in that vision, now you get to ask yourself, am I charging enough? A few years ago when I had a co-working space, one of the main problems I experienced in the beginning was that I was charging way too little. And therefore I was attracting clients that were complaining about all sorts of things. Immediately, I raised my prices. I doubled my prices Now, those people went away and new people came. And the experience was not only so much better in the environment of the co-working space, but also I was earning twice as much money. And that was a very simple change that made all the difference. And I'm experiencing something similar right now with my guidance work. It's a matter of remembering what you're worth, what that vision is worth, and adjusting your pricing accordingly. So the first thing that I recommend to anyone who's not earning what they want and not fulfilled in what they're doing because of the clients they're working with, because of how they're showing up in their business, I say, double your prices, maybe triple your prices, because that calls out of you something much deeper, something much more valuable, something much truer. And that's going to bring to you everyone who is attracted to that, in resonance with that, ready for that. And so you automatically raise the bar, raise the standard of who you're being, what you're offering, and who you're attracting. That's alignment. And you see, when you're aligned with that vision, aligned with your true self, those inner senses, that intuition, that inspiration, that infinite inner intelligence starts to move with you. Just as you expand out of your comfort zone, attracting more to you, you also expand out of your familiarity, right? That familiar price tag that you're offering, that zone of comfort in terms of, well, this is what people have paid before. But as you expand, your pricing needs to expand. And indeed, you'll have to start saying no to certain clients. You'll have to start saying no to certain offers. You'll have to start refusing certain kinds of work. And this is where the alignment of saying no is so critical. Because when you say no to things that are not in alignment for you, you open up so much more availability to say yes to things that are truly in alignment with your vision. And this leads me to the third key, which is integration. Because the reason why you've probably not been raising your prices or tuning back into your vision is because of unconscious beliefs. It's this inner doubt, inner fear, imposter syndrome, all of which is that unconsciousness coming to the surface. And until you look at it, face it, understand it, up-level it, and in some cases let go of it, that old self, which is operating out of the familiar, out of the comfortability of its past experiences, will just keep you in the familiar, in the comfortable, in what you're used to. So you must uncover that old self, that limited frequency, that sense of lack within you, and up-level it. Integrate those things. Feel what you're not feeling. Become aware of the thoughts that are keeping you stuck. Allow yourself to recognize the beliefs that are operating in the shadows and elevate all of it to be in alignment with the version of you that's living the vision and in alignment with the work and the clients that you desire to experience. So this is all about integration. Wholly become the embodied version of you that lives in the reality where you are at that next bracket of income. You'll be making different choices. You'll be making different investments. You'll be purchasing different products, different things that support your own growth. You have to invest in yourself, and you first have to uncover everything that's creating resistance to you already doing that. So that's the key, and that is what leads to ultimately the fourth key, which is detachment. You see, when you have your vision, when you have your alignment, when you're integrated in all of this as this elevated identity, all that's left is detachment. This is the essence of manifestation. It is to be so fulfilled as yourself, in your vision, in the alignment of you being on purpose, on brand, as yourself, that everything is already here and now. And so if you're looking to your circumstances for a cue to feel something, to believe that something is coming, then you are attached to the outcome and therefore sabotaging the process. You are undermining this path of least resistance. And therefore you will be resisting or repelling the results that you want. So detachment is so key. Drop the expectations, drop the insistence, remain faithful to your vision, Remain true to your alignment. Remain honest with yourself as to where you're holding yourself back. And therefore, you free yourself up to allow everything to come to you when you don't need it to, when you're not waiting for it to, when you're not hoping that this time something will be different. You, my friend, are the creator of your reality. But if you're dependent on the outcome, if you're attached to some kind of thing happening, then you're not here. You're not being true to you. You're not present in this moment where everything already exists. And that's where the magic happens. So, this is the 4 keys, right, that I've just gone through. That is vision, alignment, integration, and detachment. And when you make all of these conscious, when you elevate all of these and you uplift your sense of self, that self-concept, your identity to be in alignment with that reality that you desire to experience, with the clients, with the people that you wish to work with, to sell to, that you wish to co-create with, then, my friend, everything comes to you so naturally and effortlessly. And I've experienced this time and time again, even in the last few months, where I was bumping up against a seeming ceiling of a few $1,000s a month, and then stepping outside of my comfort zone, receiving the inspiration of that vision, tapping back into that self that was, from the very beginning, inspired with all of this, downloading that next level of what I can step into, the action I can take, what I can create, and not knowing exactly where it's going to go, but knowing that it's true because of how I feel in it, and allowing myself to be fully fulfilled in that feeling and trusting that, stepping out before I know that I'm ready, before I know where it's going, but knowing that I know where it's coming from. And that's what took my income from a few thousand to tens of thousands in the last few months. And so this is possible for you, but it's an internal game. Again, it's not a problem of income needing to do more or harder or smarter. It's about your identity, who you're being, and where you're operating from. And if you want to explore this more one-on-one with me, then comment guide down below and I'll send you more information about an upcoming experience which is perfect for you. And if you've made it this far, then I know it's perfect for you. So comment guide down below and I'll send you more information about this.